Are you, yes you, trying to figure out if that one girl actually has feelings for you? Maybe you've been talking to her for a while, maybe you've had a crush on her for months, and now you're constantly wondering if she feels the same way. Every text, every look, every conversation has you thinking, does she like me? Or am I just imagining it? And honestly, figuring this out can be confusing. So in this video, I'm going to go through some of the biggest signs that a girl probably likes you, and by the end, you'll have a much better idea of whether there's actually something between you two. 1. She finds reasons to talk to you. One of the biggest signs is that she regularly finds reasons to start conversations with you. Maybe she asks you a random question, sends you something funny, or brings up something you talked about days ago. Sometimes the conversation doesn't even have a real purpose, she just seems to want to talk. And that's important because people naturally spend more time around people they're interested in. If you're always the one starting the conversation, that's different. But if she also reaches out first, keeps conversations going, and seems genuinely interested in talking to you, there could be something there. It doesn't automatically mean she likes you, but when this happens consistently, it's definitely something worth paying attention to. 2. She remembers the little things. Think about something random you've told her. Maybe it's your favorite game, a story about your weekend, something you were worried about, or even some tiny detail you mentioned once and completely forgot about. Now imagine she brings it up weeks later. That can be a pretty good sign that she actually pays attention to what you say. Of course, some people are just naturally good listeners, so don't assume remembering one thing means she has a crush on you. But if she constantly remembers small details about your life, asks about things you've mentioned before, and seems genuinely interested in what's going on with you, it shows that your conversations probably mean something to her. 3. She acts different around you. This is one of the more interesting signs because you have to pay attention to how she acts around other people too. Maybe she's usually quiet but suddenly becomes more talkative when you're around. Maybe she's normally confident but gets a little nervous around you. Or maybe she's playful with everyone, but with you she jokes around even more. The important thing isn't whether she does one specific thing, it's whether there's a noticeable difference between how she treats you and how she treats everyone else. If she seems to have a different kind of energy whenever you're around, there might be a reason for it. 4. She tries to spend time with you. If she regularly finds opportunities to be around you, that's another possible sign. Maybe she sits near you, joins a group when you're there, or stays around when she could easily leave. It doesn't have to be some huge obvious move. Sometimes it's just choosing to be around you a little more often than necessary. And again, this doesn't automatically mean she's romantically interested. She could simply enjoy your friendship. But if she consistently chooses your company, that's still a really good sign that she likes having you in her life. 5. She teases you. Sometimes when people like someone, they become more playful around them. She might tease you about something harmless, make jokes about you, or bring up an inside joke that only the two of you understand. That can be a sign that she's comfortable around you and enjoys getting a reaction from you. But don't take every joke as flirting. Some people joke with everyone. What matters is whether she seems to have a unique, playful connection with you. If she's constantly trying to make you laugh or creating little inside jokes between the two of you, that's definitely worth noticing. 6. She cares about your reaction. Here's a really subtle one. Pay attention to whether she looks at you after saying something funny or interesting. Maybe she tells a joke to a group and immediately checks whether you laughed. Maybe something happens and you're the first person she looks at. Maybe she tells you something and seems especially interested in what you think. That can happen because your reaction matters to her. Obviously, one glance doesn't prove anything, but if you notice that she repeatedly looks toward you to see how you're reacting, it can be another piece of the puzzle. 7. She messages you for no reason. Does she ever randomly send you a message that doesn't really need to be sent? Maybe it's a meme, a random thought, a picture of something, or a completely unnecessary question. Sometimes the actual message doesn't matter. The fact that she thought about you and decided to send it does. If she regularly starts conversations without needing something from you, that's a good sign that she actually enjoys talking to you. And if she keeps the conversation going instead of giving one-word answers and disappearing, that's even more noticeable. 8. Her friends know about you. This one can be pretty funny. You meet her friends and somehow they already know who you are. Maybe they smile when you walk over, tease her when you're around, or seem to know things about you that you never told them. Now this doesn't automatically mean she likes you. Friends talk about each other all the time. But if her friends seem unusually aware of you, there is a possibility you've come up in conversations before. Sometimes friends know someone has a crush before that person even admits it themselves. 9. She supports you. Maybe you mentioned that you had something important coming up and later she asks how it went. Maybe you're working towards something and she encourages you. Maybe something good happens to you and she's genuinely excited for you. These little moments can matter because they show that she cares about what's happening in your life. And honestly, this is more important than trying to decode one random look. Someone who remembers what's important to you and actually cares about how you're doing is someone who values your connection. 10. She makes an effort. And this might be the biggest sign of all. Look at the effort. Does she make an effort to talk to you? Does she remember things about you? Does she ask questions? Does she try to spend time with you? Does she start conversations? Does she seem interested in what's happening in your life? Because you shouldn't have to do absolutely everything. If you're constantly texting first, starting every conversation, making every plan, and trying to keep everything going while she barely responds, that's probably not the same situation. But if you notice that she's putting in effort too, that's when all these signs start becoming more meaningful. And before you start analyzing every single thing she does, remember this: none of these signs guarantee that she likes you. A girl can be friendly without having a crush on you. She can remember things because she's a good listener. She can text you because she enjoys being your friend. She can tease you because that's simply her personality. That's why you shouldn't take one sign and immediately decide that she's definitely into you. Look at the pattern. If several of these things happen consistently and she seems to genuinely enjoy being around you, talking to you, and getting to know you, then there is a much better chance that she could be interested. And eventually you have to stop analyzing and actually talk to her. You don't need some massive confession or dramatic movie scene. Just get to know her. Talk to her. Spend time together. If things continue going well, you can eventually ask her to hang out or go somewhere together. And if she says yes, great. If she says no, that's okay too. Don't let the fear of rejection stop you from ever taking a chance. You aren't supposed to know exactly what someone is thinking before you talk to them. Nobody can read minds. Sometimes you have to take a small risk to get an actual answer. So if you've been watching this entire video thinking about one specific girl, maybe stop overthinking every little detail. Look at the bigger picture. Does she make an effort? Does she enjoy talking to you? Does she choose to spend time with you? Does she seem genuinely interested in your life? If the answer is yes to a lot of those questions, there might be something there. And if you really want to know, there's only one way to find out. Talk to her. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe for more, and comment down below which sign you've noticed from your crush. I'll see you in the next one.